Hello everyone, I'm Sai and welcome back to channel Sai Tech. In today's video, I'll do the Free Fire gameplay comparison between the Mi11X versus the Poco X3 Pro, Snapdragon 870 versus Snapdragon 860 Pro. So let's see, friends, which phone will be having the better kind of results while playing the Free Fire game. So this is a question which was requested by a couple of subscribers as well, asking me to do the Free Fire gameplay on the Poco X3 Pro mainly. But I thought of just comparing side by side with the Mi11X as well, because Mi11X has got the Snapdragon 870 chipset. Let's see how well the 860 will be performing when compared with the 870. I do know Free Fire is not that kind of big game which will be definitely supported obviously with the 60 FPS. It should not be any kind of problem, but I just thought of comparing both phones. Even I forgot to do the video on the Free Fire as well on this Mi11X device for a long time. Even few users, I think one or two only, not many one, only one or two people that did ask me this kind of request on the Mi11X device. So I'm trying to use the real time, this kind of floating FPS meter, so which you should be able to see in the both phones. So that gives you a clear idea about what is the real time FPS which is going on in both phones. Let's open the settings and show you the graphics. Let me show you the graphics and the display. As you can see, so right now both phones are selected to the maximum settings. Let me just select the Ocean as well. As you can see, friends, exactly high FPS and high FPS. So let's start the match at same time. Let's see how the FPS will be dropped when I'm trying to drop exactly at same time. So that's what I'm going to test. So one thing is that the Mi11X phone definitely feels very light phone when compared with the Poco X3 smartphone. So that's the one advantage with the Mi11X smartphone, but definitely, so both phones should be able to obviously play the game at 60 FPS without any kind of issues. You are seeing right now same kind of thing happening, same kind of 60 FPS only you are trying to see. As you can see, friends, 60 FPS only you are getting consistently. There should not be any kind of issues. So I'll try to do the drop test and I'll just show you a couple of gameplay as well, a little bit, and then I'll try to end up this video. And you can see the latency of the Wi-Fi. I think that's the 24 I was showing on the Poco X3 Pro, and which is showing I think 50 on this Mi11X device. Let's see, friends, I'll be dropping at same time in both phones just to show you how is the FPS will be there during this time of drop. I don't think it should not be that much kind of issue, but still, so there are a few users who are actually playing this kind of Free Fire game. So for those users, this might be kind of helpful. So Poco X3 with small punch hole, Mi11X with Poco X3 with big punch hole and small punch hole. In this way, you'll be able to differentiate both phones how they are. First, let me try to play in the Poco X3 Pro. The Snapdragon 860 processor is not, it's not slowing anyway the game. The Free Fire game should be able to play completely 100% fine, friends. So it should not be any kind of problem. So I do know few users, they will definitely comment on the Free Fire, but still there are a couple of users who are actually requested this video on this Free Fire game in the Poco X3 Pro. This game should be able to play in any mid-range segment mobile phone as well without any kind of issues. There should not be any problem in getting the 60 FPS consistently. So right now I'm getting same 60 FPS only, and let me try to use the scope and move here and there. As you can see, the consistency is not bad at all. And I can hear some bullet sounds. Let's see, fire sounds. So both phones, they do have the dual speaker setup anyway, the Poco X3 Pro and the Mi11X device. So no problem with the scope sensitivity as well. It was really good. Let's see, friends, how is the scope will be there during this time of testing. Let it walk from here. Where is that? Where is that person? Oh my god, he went till there. As you can see, it should not be any kind of problem in the Poco X3 Pro device with using the scope and everything. I mean, even the quality looks really good. The grass quality and everything with the high settings, no issues. Even some users they did ask me to mention the graphics settings quality as well. That is the reason I was able to mention these things. Let's move to the next phone, which is the. Let me try to keep this running. So meanwhile, let's see what Mi11X is up to. So Mi11X, yeah, it should be kind of easy peasy for this phone. It should not be that much kind of big issue at all. So it's like, wow. So let's see. And I just need to take some gun and try to use the scope. Let's see whether I can get yes. So 60 FPS, no problem. The display looks kind of really good in this phone. In the Mi11X device, obviously for the AMOLED panel, it will look good, really good. So while using the scope, both phones doesn't have any kind of issues right at this point. I cannot spot any kind of issues while using the scope. Both phones, in the Poco X3 Pro or any phone. So sensitivity is really good, no issues in terms of sensitivity, as you can see, no problem at all. Even the Mi11X as well. In the beginning, it used to be slightly kind of slow, but now it's kind of okay. Not getting lag. In the beginning it used to be kind of slow, but now it's not getting any kind of lag, nothing. So the beginning, I think I do remember 2 months back there used to be that kind of problem with that scope issue, but right now there is no such problem in this Mi11X device at this moment. So in case if you have any other queries, make sure to comment below, friends. Definitely I will be able to help you. So this is a quick Free Fire gameplay test comparison between both phones, Snapdragon 860 and the Snapdragon 870. So these are the results, and both phones were able to play really great. Not much any kind of complaints I can definitely give on the Free Fire game. So thank you for watching and see you in the next video, friends. Until then, stay tuned for more updates. Bye.